In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the brand new vintage leaves from the John Next Door collection to make some beautiful leaves. And we're going to finish them off on a card, but this is mainly about using the leaves, so I'm not going to take you through the whole card. So I've got the leaf set here, and it's actually 17 dies, so you actually get an awful lot of dies in it. And what you've got is, for sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the leaves, you get an outside line and a plain. Then you get 3 simple leaves as well to cover, and these are done in different sizes to give you different styles, but the main two is sort of like this sort of oak or maple leaf and this sort of standard leaf, almost like a rose leaf. But you've also got plain ones. You can use them separately or you can use them together. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use some of the larger ones put together to actually make a double layer leaf. So what I've got here is a piece of old music paper, just from an old music sheet book or something like that, perhaps from a charity shop or somewhere like that. I think I got this from a company called Simply Vintage. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the larger leaves. So I'm taking the plain leaves and I'm actually going to use sort of almost like the main ones. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the main ones. You have got some smaller leaves that will do you the double layer, but I think in this it'll have more effect with the music paper if I use them in the larger size. So all I need to do is just tape those down, and what I've done with the music paper is I've actually spray glued this onto a piece of thin card. And this is so that I get a decent backing for this. Of the paper, you could cut quite a few layers together, but realistically what you want is to have something quite thick because we're going to shape it. So whilst they're running through the machine, I'm going to bring in the board where I've already actually cut these leaves. So here I've already got them cut in the music paper. So I've got those 5 cut. And the machine's going through, so I'll be able to redo some leaves in a minute with those, but these are already cut for speed. And I'm just going to take now a finger dauber, so Crafts 2 finger dauber, and a little bit of VersaFine. This is in vintage sepia. This gives it a really nice look, and I'm just literally going to sort of randomly flick over the edges, and I want to try and get some of the colour onto the leaf itself. So I don't want this smooth, I want this quite random. So I'm just putting a few little blobs on. But you can see the difference when we just age it up slightly. So just go around all of these, very simple. So once you've actually cut out and shaded your leaves, you then want to actually cut out the rims for them. So what I've done for that is we'll pop these to one side, and we'll pop our ink away. I've chosen a sort of, this is a Crafts 2 linen card, and this is like a deep chocolate colour. So again, all you have to do is to pop your leaves on. So we'll just again pop these on. We'll run them through, but I have already got these cut. So again, take them down just to your card. I find it so much easier with these just to use one long strip, because what I can do is once I've cut one, pull it off and cut more sets. So this time I'm just going to run them through my smaller Kaleido machine. So I want to show you how to get these out. Because it's a fine level die, I'm going to use a metal shim and a plate just to cut those, and we'll simply run them through our Kaleido, which is what I'm doing off camera. Take these out, and you can see here you have got standard release holes in these, so it's easy. So take the leaf from the bottom, pull it out, take any waste out. With this sort of oak leaf, it's best to ease it out and take it out, and one of the reasons is these are the finest lines that we've ever been able to achieve with die technology. So these lines are about just less than 2 millimeters. So they are very, very fine. So we'll just take the next one out and again lift it out and pop the spare bits out. And you may find, because they're so fine, you may find in a couple of areas they actually catch slightly. Don't worry, just tear the paper out. It will work absolutely perfectly. So I'll pop that to one side and I'll show you now. Now, one of the things you will find with the leaves is the top will fit on, but because they're fine, they can warp slightly. So don't worry about getting an absolute perfect match. What I'm going to do is to spray glue them, because that gives me the easiest way to do this. So I'm just going to pop them into my spray box. Here's a couple of others I've already got done. And I'm using spray glue. You could use something like glue glaze, but you do need to get quite a good seal on these. So I would suggest a good coating of spray glue or something like the glue glaze. Spray glue is probably the better one. What we're going to do is just pop the leaf roughly on top. And you can see you can move it around and just simply follow the lines around the outside. Now, if it doesn't match up exactly, don't worry, it's a leaf. Don't try. You can see there it's off slightly because the card can warp and these lines are so fine. So give it a press with my hand, make sure it's nice and adhered. We'll do the other one, and this is a great one because you see quite well how you almost have to stretch it. So I don't. I think that actually needs a little bit more spray glue. That one might be stickier. There we go. So don't try and get them on exactly. You can see here, there's a little bit at the base left. Doesn't matter. That's how leaves are. That's why they're sort of vintage. They're not designed to be absolutely perfect. With this sort of ginkgo leaf, just pop each set of petals on individually as we go around. This is what I said about giving them a good gluing, because we have used some ink on there which will resist. I'm just going to do the last two. There we go. The smaller they get, the easier they are to put on, quite strangely, and that's mainly because there's less of the card to stretch. There we go. So now I've got all of these on. So I've got a beautiful sort of vintage leaf with the music going over the back. But a way to sort of take these up another notch, I'm using glossy accents. You could use diamond glaze or something similar to that. And all I'm actually going to do is just pipe this in to each of those gaps. And because we've got the raised edge, it means that we can get it just inside the raised area. And what you could do is, if you've got some of the stickles or the glue or the Nouveau drops, you could do this in just on sort of plain card and do different colours in there and really get some beautiful enamelled effects. And what this actually does when it's dry is it gives me the look as if I've got enamelled vintage leaves. So we'll just go through here and finish them off. It is relatively quick. I managed to do 2 full sets of these in about 10 minutes. So it's not that time consuming, and leave them to dry, and it takes a couple of hours to dry. I'm not going to do all of the rest of them because I've got some already done, and obviously I want them dry. So we'll move those out of the way. And here's the 2 sets I did earlier. So you can see now you've got that beautiful enamelled look. And again, you could add different colours, you could add explosion powders or anything else to these. And all I'm going to do is just shape them, and I'm going to fold them and let it crack. These are supposed to look vintage along the edge. So I'm giving them just a few little folds just to give them that little bit more 3D look. So again, allow the glossy accents to crack. You could use a crackle glaze. So if you've got a beautiful sort of 2-coat or 1-coat crackle glaze, you could use that beautifully on here. But you see that you get almost like an enamel badge. I mean, you could use these for some of your mixed media pieces. There's an awful lot you can do with these. So we're just going to There we go. So give the last fold, twist. You're just trying to give them a 3D look. So there I've got my leaves. I'm going to bring in a card I've made, and I've used here one of the press cut background dies. I can never remember the names. So I've just done this in a piece of brown, the same brown as the leaves, on some music paper, which I've inked through. I then framed it with a little bit of black and a little bit of burlap ribbon. And to stick these on, I would really suggest you use something like a hot glue, or I'm going to be using silicone glue. So I've made a little knot. There we go, let's put some silicone down, just to give me a little bit of area to work around, and then pop some of the silicone glue on my leaves. And I'm just making a nice little arrangement around that knot. And going over, perhaps bringing some of the smaller leaves in. So you could alter colours. You could bring other shades and tones and things in. But I actually like just keeping this sort of 3-shade look. So I'm making a spray as I would do with flowers normally, but I'm using the leaves. There we go, that little ginkgo leaf, and I think we'll finish with a larger leaf just there. So you can see there I haven't used all of them. I could carry it on and add some more leaves in, but I've just done a spray of the leaves. But I've got a real vintage look to those, almost like they've been enamelled. There's some beautiful cracking in there. There's so many different techniques you can try with this, but the leaves really do make it nice. And of course you have got more than we've used in the set, so you can build up more to make different things.